is this what we have to do to spend time together?
Yep.
JK!
Welcome to What's What, the something something.
Welcome to a special Halloween edition of What's What, starring your puppet master, spook giver, and personal tormentor, Mark Bayne.
I might be the sharpest tool in the shed.
Joining us, ghouls just want to have fun. Welcome back, Allie Bayne.
Watch out, I'll get ya.
Thanks for the memories. Welcome back, Margery Bayne.
Didn't realize I was supposed to have a catchphrase.
And everyone, see my screen.
Margery, would you like to pick door 1 or door 2?
Door 2. Oh,
Allie,
was I picking a game? Was that what happened?
No, you picked what
Door
door
1 or door 2? All you did was pick door 1 or door 2.
Good job, Margery. Good job.
Did I win? Did I get an A+ in door picking?
We'll get back to you.
I don't like this. I need validation.
In Knights and Knaves, we'll be providing our players with a series of statements, peculiar factoids, and haunting truths. In classic fantasy conundrum fashion, one of us will always be telling the truth, and the other will always be telling a lie. Your first series of clues.
Candy corn was originally called chicken feed. The box was marked with a colorful rooster. One piece of folklore says that if a young unmarried person walks down the stairs backwards at midnight while holding a mirror, the face that appears in the mirror will be their next lover. In Germany, it is tradition for households to hide the knives on Halloween.
Bats became associated with Halloween in 1492 when Christopher Columbus thought he drowned several on the Nina, and several came back to life. Pumpkins in Minecraft were originally unable to be carved into jack-o'-lanterns because Notch, the developer, is a devout Catholic. Pumpkins were not orange until they were cultivated by European settlers on the more temperate North American East Coast. Who do you think is telling the truth, and who do you think is telling a lie?
So I know for sure that one of these facts is the truth. So Mark is 100% correct.
And Margery, what do you think?
All right, this is going to sound like cheating because Allie was so assured, but I also thought Mark was correct. That Columbus story sounds like bullshit.
I at 100% candy corn was called chicken feed. I watched it in America, The Food That Made Us.
That's where we source most of our information.
Eric needs to stop using the algorithm that all of us use and all of his guests use to write the trivia.
Guys,
mean
we share a
BuzzFeed?
Netflix. We share a Netflix account.
5 U.S. states produce the majority of Halloween pumpkins. The U.S. Census of Agriculture documented that the states of Illinois, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Texas, and California were the leading states in growing pumpkins. On Halloween, it is illegal to dress as a nun or priest in Alabama. Fewer babies are born on Halloween. A report in Social Science and Medicine explained that on Halloween, births are reduced by around 11.3% compared to any other day in the U.S.
A city ordinance was passed in Richmond, Virginia in 1978, forbidding the use of real skulls or human remains when decorating for Halloween. Journey's Don't Stop Believin', originally performed in a minor key, was written as a Halloween song. More baseball bats were sold for Harley Quinn Halloween costumes than for spring training in 2016. Margery, who do you think is telling the truth and who do you think is lying?
All right, Eric is telling the truth.
I agree with Margery.
Can we say why now?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't think those states, there's a couple things. Those states are so random across the country. Like, I feel like if it was a certain amount of states, they would all be in a more regionally similar area.
Latitude. She's talking about latitude.
Latitude, temperate zones, and that statistic 11.3% is so random. Too random of a number.
However, I do think the Alabama one might be true.
That sounds like it could be true, but
the Harley Quinn fact, I definitely believe that fact.
That is no points for either contestant. Everything on the right side of the screen is a lie. Everything on the left side is completely true.
Do you want to know why the baseball bats fact sounds true?
Why?
Because I wrote it.
I just thought the ones on Mark's side sounded like BS. I felt like they were the information felt just too fake.
All right. America is a farming nation.
I did believe in the Alabama thing though, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Susan.
0.33% for saying.
Oh no, that's not what we're doing here.
Oh.
The night before Halloween, young children in Des Moines hit the streets for Beggars Night. The event began around 1938 as a way to prevent vandalism and give younger children a safer way to enjoy Halloween. Charlie Brown was the first television character to trick or treat. Disney's Hocus Pocus was almost named Halloween House. Disney took it on, but changed the name to Hocus Pocus, so it had more of a family-friendly appeal.
The night before Halloween, young children in Portland hit the streets for Scoundrels Night. The event began around 1939 as a way to prevent vandalism and give younger children a safer way to enjoy Halloween. Bugs Bunny was the first TV character to trick or treat. 2001's 13 Ghosts was almost named Halloween House. Warner Brothers took it on, but changed the name to 13 Ghosts, so it had more of a horror movie appeal.
Okay, so when I look at this, I'm thinking about the East Coast, and the East Coast had a lot more Irish immigrants, and Halloween is historically an Irish cultural diffusion to the United States. So I am gonna say that because Charles Schultz is from this coast and Hocus Pocus is set on this coast and Des Moines is closer than Portland, that Mark is correct.
Okay. You probably shouldn't have talked that out where I could hear it.
Margery.
I'm stuck because I know there's a lot of different regional variation for Mischief Night.
Go opposite to split the tie, girl.
I know, I should, but I'm not going to do it if I think that you're right. Bugs Bunny as like a cartoon on TV, I feel like predates Charlie Brown, but I've seen a lot of Bugs Bunny cartoon and I've never seen anything really holiday specific. And I know Charlie Brown famously has the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. I just don't know when that came out. Hocus Pocus, Halloween House. I don't even know if Halloween House makes sense as the name of that. I guess there is a creepy house. And then I haven't. The night before. I am gonna split the vote. I'm gonna go with Eric's.
Eric, before you reveal the answer,
I don't know.
Would it be really embarrassing if Allie gave that whole cultural significance background and she was wrong?
No, I think it's showing that she made an educated guess.
And that educated guess
was right.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm a woman who supports a woman. Wouldn't that be so embarrassing? No.
That's my final answer.
As a matter of fact, I just want to be completely clear. One of us will always be telling the truth, and one of us will always be lying.
Allie, you get the point. Margery, you were incorrect. The things on the left are correct.
It is. Oh, the whole game. Well, now you spoiled
the whole game. Mark
no one else
told
can play
the truth
this game.
the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
What? So was I right every time then?
No, you picked me the second round as the
Damn
correct.
it.
But to be clear, we were consistent.
Mhm.
We made no attempts to bamboozle anyone.
Mm-mm.
Mark
I
told
was
the truth
always.
all 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to pick door 1 or door 3?
What Margery picked door 2, yes? Okay, so that changes things for me statistically in terms of Vegas. So I would traditionally pick door 3, but because she picked door 2,
Door 3. Excellent.
No, I'm
selection.
picking door 1!
So, Allie, you've got a couple podcasts, and now you've started one with Margery. Margery, how many podcasts are you doing, and what is it?
I'm only doing one. I'm doing a pod of Maths and Methods, which is a read-along podcast for the Massiverse, which is the fandom name for the Sarah J. Maas books. We are currently just finishing up the 3rd book in the A Court of Thorn and Roses series. And Allie is the huge fan, and I am the newbie, and we scream about things.
Well,
and we're sisters, and it's cute. That's also our tagline. We're sisters.
Absolutely.
It's
We're
cute.
brothers. We yell about things, and that is interesting that she's the newbie. Rather, she's the one who knows the book, and you're the newbie. Whereas you're the one who loves the books, and that's kind of a reversal.
Yes, because I'm a librarian. But so it's a nice little switch.
And a published author.
And a published author. Watch my previous episodes.
I was gonna say we've had you on before. I'm interviewing you like I haven't had you on before. I'm also interviewing you like your guests and not my siblings.
Yeah.
I saw Allie at work today. Allie, I reminded you. Are you recording something every night of the week now?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the computer every night of the week, either recording or editing or posting, so it doesn't even matter. I have a podcast channel called 1986 Entertainment because that's the year I was born and it's the best year, obviously. And my one is Her Story on the Rocks. That's kind of the one we started with. And I am obviously dressed up as just a cool woman because I'm a princess, sorceress, suffragette. And then, and that one, I make cocktails and talk about women from history. And then I also interview female authors. Both I've interviewed my sister and I've interviewed women from around the world on books that they've written, either fiction, nonfiction, or just about women. And then, as Margery said, we have a podcast where we read along every week a very smutty romance novel. And Margery and I are very different on the spectrum of smut volume. So it's a really, really cool interplay of us trying to decide what's good and what isn't. So
I just feel like 4 sex scenes in a 800-page book doesn't make something smut. I feel like it's a book with smut in it with a few sex scenes. I was like, it's a lot of plot development.
Now, Allie was discussing smut volume. You're discussing smut density.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay.
The next game is called One Bad Apple. In One Bad Apple, Mark will share the title of 4 Halloween movies, TV episodes, or specials. One of them is fake.
The Batman versus Dracula. Mr. Monk hates Halloween. Boo to you too, Winnie the Pooh. Garfield's Halloween Adventure.
Allie, would you like to ask Mark or I a question about one of these features?
I feel like I'm pretty sure I know this one isn't real, but I might be dumb. So I would like to ask some information about Mr. Monk's hates Halloween.
In season 2, which is still the Sharona era of Mr. Monk, he has to go on a stakeout with Sharona and Randy on Halloween, and everyone's wearing masks, and he's very upset by sticky children hands.
Okay.
Margery, would you like to ask Mark a question about one of these features?
My question is that S in Mr. Monk's an intentional typo or an unintentional typo?
Which of these is the one bad apple?
I think the Batman one. I feel like the Batman. I mean, I feel like Batman has been around long enough that they probably have Halloween things, but I feel like Boo to You, Winnie the Pooh seems right. Garfield's Halloween Adventure seems fine. I know nothing about Mr. Monk, so I'm going with Batman.
Very good. Margery, which of these is the one bad apple?
It's a tricky one, because I'm pretty sure Batman has fought Dracula in something before. I feel like that's a thing people mention. Boo to You 2, Winnie the Pooh. I feel like I've seen a book version of that, and I know they used to have like an animated cartoon with episodes and specials. That sounds so right. Mr. Monk, I watched all of Monk. I don't remember how the titles were, the titles of the episodes were. I don't remember that episode, but it sounds like a Mr. Monk episode. I know they had a Christmas one where he like shoots Santa, so it seems like there'd be a Halloween episode.
Fair.
I feel like Garfield had specials too, though, but I don't remember anything about it.
I will tell you to trust your first instinct.
Garfield's Halloween Adventure.
Well, not that first instinct. So, Mr. Monk Hates Halloween is the bad apple.
And that wasn't honest
Dracula
typo.
Yeah.
I would have never known. I know nothing about Mr. Monk.
That's fair. I gave enough around like the Sharona era in season 2 and with Randy and name dropping that I could.
I have faith.
I
have faith that you gave me all the information.
I knew Boo to You 2, Winnie the Pooh had to be real.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Batman versus Dracula had to be real.
Yep.
I was unsure. I feel like Margery wins that round because I really don't understand Batman and Dracula. I have no idea.
Well, the good news is the game isn't about understanding either of those things, so that's convenient. One bad apple.
Halloween Humbug. The Monster Squad. Night of the Living Carrots. Double, toil and trouble.
Would you like to ask Mark or I a question about one of these features?
Eric, I would like you to tell me about Halloween Humbug, please.
Halloween Humbug stars Scrooge McDuck. It is a DuckTales Halloween special that came on after school, and it is a episode, not a full feature movie.
Okay.
Allie, would you like to ask Mark a question about one of these shows or features?
Sure. Mark, my question is, explain to me how the Monster Squad is not about Space Jam.
It also confuses me. The Monster Squad is about a group of teenagers in that classic kind of horror movie, you know, get the Letterman jacket in the car, and they're obsessed with the Universal Studios monsters, and then it's kind of a Galaxy Quest-esque thing where it becomes real, and so it's no longer a parody, but it becomes like, oh.
I would say middle schoolers, if we were to be more specific around them. It's sort of like a Goonies energy.
But they were cast by 23-year-olds.
Not quite. But which of these features is the one bad apple?
It's the Monster Squad, and I'll save my explanation until our answers are locked in.
Very good. Allie, which of these is the one bad apple?
I think it's the Monster Squad. It's the Monster Squad. I'm pretty sure. I think I've read a book about the other three.
Double, toil and trouble. Isn't that Mary-Kate and Ashley?
Yes,
and then
it is.
Night of the Living Carrots is a children's picture book. They must have animated it at some point.
I love that. It's a children's book, and I absolutely read it to my kids.
I'm a witch. And Halloween Humbug, that sounds right. So Monster Squad.
Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
No, it seems like my cat ran right to yours, but it's a different cat.
Is it?
It is. Hold on.
A reporting cat.
Are we wrong? If you tell us we're wrong, I might cry.
You're wrong.
Oh, bummer. Was it Night of the Living Carrots?
No, Halloween Humbug was fake.
Eric lied
not
to
a DuckTales
you.
episode.
I was telling the truth.
Monster Squad, I'm surprised. We rented that from Blockbuster as children and watched it together. There's a scene where, like, the Chunk parody character sticks dynamite in Wolfman's pants and blows him up.
Halloween
Humbug.
Oh my god, another black cat.
Halloween Humbug sounds very real.
That does.
I know, that's why I
You're
wrote
a
it.
little too good at acting like you're lying.
Margery,
3.
Door 2
3.
or door 3?
3.
the United States of Terror. Contestants will take turns naming the state in which popular horror movies take place.
I don't
For
know.
example,
These.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre took place in what United State of Terror?
Texas.
that's it. That's the game.
It's that easy. That
Uh-huh.
easy.
No, I don't watch horror movies, so I don't know.
This
anything.
this is your timed game.
Raise our hands or just shout out states.
You
Race
have to start listing them.
Arizona, Alabama,
Arizona,
Alaska,
Arkansas.
Arizona. Yeah, we're gonna do the raise your hand bit.
A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Margery,
Connecticut.
Allie, a chance to guess.
Oregon.
All right, I'll give you a hint. It takes place on Elm Street.
oh god damn it. Margery,
California.
Allie,
New Jersey.
you save that one for later. A Nightmare on Elm Street takes place in Ohio. Your next clue.
Twin Peaks.
Margery by a hair.
Oh, I'm gonna be so wrong about this. Maine.
No. Allie.
You looked so sure that it was close to Maine. Damn it. I'm going to give Margery a chance. Colorado.
Back to Margery.
Ah,
Right latitude.
New York State.
No. Allie.
Washington.
Washington is correct. Your next clue.
The Blair Witch Project.
I hate horror movies. Okay.
I saw Allie by a hair.
Alabama.
All right. We're going to start chopping up people's
Margery?
driver's licenses if they can't get this.
We don't know any horror movies. Vermont.
I think Eric's right. I think we got to take away all their memorabilia and flags.
Yeah, no more crabs.
I think that okay,
Maryland.
what you're saying is Maryland, but I also think that you forget that we don't like horror movies.
Neither do I.
We didn't know these. We had to look these up too.
I knew Blair Witch Project. That's a very it's popularly filmed in
That's
Maryland.
the only one I
didn't
knew.
know it was filmed in Maryland. That's a new fact.
Or filmed.
Both.
Okay.
It was a tiny low-budget movie that broke records because of its no
Yeah.
budget.
When
I remember.
Cartoon Network did like a Scooby-Doo Blair Witch Project like parody.
Fun.
So I remember.
No, I remember.
Hmm.
I just don't know anything about it. I'm not a horror baby.
Let's try this one. Your next clue.
Stepford Wives.
Well, Stepford Wives is
Margery.
Margery's got a hand up.
Connecticut.
Yes, first try.
Well,
Stepford, Connecticut.
I was like,
Well
it's
done.
something
Well done.
New England. So New
Yeah.
England.
Your next
was a
clue.
guess.
The Shining.
Allie.
I'm going back to Colorado.
That is set in Colorado. That is
I
correct.
know it's in Denver. Ish.
Ish is enough. Your next clue.
Friday, The 13th.
Allie.
I'm gonna guess Nebraska.
No, but for Margery's sake, I will let her know that the state has already been named, and it does start with an N.
New Jersey.
That is correct. Friday the 13th.
I was like, you didn't know it
is
said
set in New
Nevada.
Jersey. Thank you for joining us for a special edition of Halloween What's What with our charming and talented guests and sisters.
I'm really bad at this. Okay.
Yeah. This Halloween trivia kind of went sideways on us, but we appreciate you taking the time and making the effort. So
Halloween is hard.
Halloween was tough.
I don't like getting scared.
You guys like tried to amp it up too much. I was like, this is too tricky.
One of you made a good choice on doors, so well done. Anyway,
I'm done.
What about the doors?
don't worry about it.
This is Halloween.
Was there like a wrong door? Was there like an immediately like you're dead, game over door?
I don't even know what you're talking about. We only played 3 games.
Was there also like Scooby-Doo running back and forth between the doors that we were unsure of?
No, I stayed in the same sound. We all stayed in the same room. What are you talking about?
So
What was the point of the door? Like I thought it was like the order of the games were played, but what was the point of the doors?
For fun, Margery. What do you want? What?
since I think that's enough B-roll for this, the point of the doors was specifically to have this conversation at the end and have no point to the doors whatsoever. They were like the whole point was to like exactly what you did at the beginning when we said door 1 or door 2 when you freaked out. That was the whole point of the doors, was just to cause you panic.
Happy Halloween!